Thank you, sir. Joining me now, Congressman Luis Gutiérrez, Democrat from Illinois, a member of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. Congressman, your reaction to Congressman Huelskamp?
Well, number one, the president has the authority. As you so clearly and eloquently stated, Chris, Reagan did. In 1986, we passed the Immigration Reform and Control Act. It was truly an amnesty for 3 million undocumented workers, which was pushed by then President Ronald Reagan. When he saw there was a flaw in that law, he stopped the deportation of 1.5 million people until 1991 when it got fixed. And George Bush followed him. Look, this happens repeatedly, but it didn't happen only then. Think about Iran-Contra and think about the war, the civil war in Nicaragua. Tens of thousands of Nicaraguans came to the United States, mostly to Florida. And then Attorney General Meese protected them until 1997. The Republican Congress granted them amnesty. In 3 years, they could all become citizens.
Just to be clear, there was no statutory authority to grant these people amnesty, essentially, or to protect them from deportation. It was just unilaterally granted by the Attorney General.
It's unilateral because they have what is called prosecutorial discretion. Just like they don't prosecute anybody, and this is probably a bad example, but they don't do it in Colorado and in Washington State. They decide not to prosecute people because they passed law legalizing marijuana. Right. Look, you have to make determinations, but this is clearly established in the law. Today, we had over 115 Democrats join. Zoe Lofgren and I on the Judiciary Committee circulated a letter about a week ago. Speaker Pelosi, I, and Zoe Lofgren issued an op-ed piece where we clearly put the historical framework. Look, they don't want this president to succeed. And I just want to say, Chris, I told you months ago it would be about 5 million people that I thought that's where we were going.
You did, but I thought there was a little Lucy in the football situation because we
don't know that we're there yet. But listen, we believe, and Democrats stood up. Nancy Pelosi, Steny Hoyer, 115 of us stood up today and said, Mr. President, go big, go bold, and go quickly. These are families that are desperate need. Quick. I want to make clear to my colleague who was just on the program, look, you remember when they said to us, they said, Chris, they said, everybody can't be a citizen. I said, okay. President Obama said, okay. We said, let's move forward. When they said, let's do it piecemeal, we said, okay. Every time the Republicans would come and say, this is how we want to move forward, we said, okay. This should be no surprise to anybody. The president at the beginning of the year said, if you do not act, I will act using my pen and the phone. He advised everybody he was going to do it clearly. And I just want to say, they have a great team at Homeland Security under Jay Johnson. And Jay Johnson was the one that organized in the Department of Defense the reversal of don't ask, don't tell. So he knows how to get these kinds of things done. And I believe this will upstand any scrutiny. Look, if what they want to do is play politics with this, then they will not act.
I think it's pretty clear that that's going to be the case. Congressman Luis Gutiérrez, thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, some late breaking news to bring you here tonight.